my sunshine. In a bag, I'm useless, but not for long. The future is coming on. I ain't happy.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first episode of my show called Kaiju Madness. Well, I just got out from watching Kong Skull Island, and oh my god, this is one of the awesomest movies I've seen this year.
Same here.
Yeah, but seriously, like, this was amazing. Like, there are no words to describe this. There's just so many things happening. It's just crazy.
Yeah, but then again, you have to at least admit it did have some qualities that you would expect in a movie like this.
Yeah, because for the most part, it's just like one of those, you know, cliched action movies where, like, almost the entire movie is done in, like, jokes and quips, and most of the characters are just there to kill each other. But still, it's just one of those movies where you can really enjoy this. Like, this was just great. Like,
especially given, like, the benefactor that this is supposed to set up the Kaiju cinematic universe that WB made.
Yeah, like, starting off with Godzilla 2014, of course. So yeah, they actually do establish that this is part of the same universe as Godzilla.
And they established it, like, what, 7 times?
7 times in the first few minutes.
Yeah, they do a better job than DC. So.
Yeah.
And oddly enough, it's made by Warner Bros., so...
They're doing something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but...
What else?
Well, the characters, the characters are really nothing too special. Like, they're mostly just kind of cliche and cardboard cutouts, but as cardboard cutouts go, they're not terrible. Some of them I actually found myself liking.
I was kind of nervous about it being an expanded universe because I've seen it so many times and seen it fail so many times. But I'm going to be eating my words for the rest of my life with this movie.
Yeah.
Seriously, like they actually take a really clever route on the writing here of how this will all work.
I mean, one of my personal favorite moments was, like, how somehow the film actually has more of the monster compared to Godzilla 2014.
Yeah, if I'm gonna be honest here, that was one of my... even though I love Godzilla 2014, I will just say one of my least favorite things for that movie is how very little you see of the monsters. Like,
there's like 11 minutes of him in total.
Like, you see more of the Mutos than you do of Godzilla himself in Godzilla 2014.
And then there's Kong Skull Island, where you see him for basically the whole entire movie. They don't have to do that whole entire wait another hour for the monster to show up. They just show him, like, I don't know, about a few minutes, because this is a pretty quick movie.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, heaven forbid they would show the character on the title.
Right. And before you ask, no, the original King Kong is not in canon. So basically,
this is a complete retelling of how it all happened. Like there's no Andaro, there's no Carl Denham, there's no Jack or anything like that.
And there's no racist-looking tribe people.
Oh,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, anyway.
It was the 30s. You know how films were like back then.
I mean, there are still, like, you know, native tribes here. The people actually here do make friends with the native people, and that's actually kind of a nice little highlight I have to give the movie credit for. Yeah,
and also another thing that kind of was a pretty interesting change-up was changing the natives to, like, South Pacific, because most of the influences and source material is, like, African.
Anyway,
well, honestly, that's fine. I actually like the look.
Yeah. Also, now, the biggest highlight of this film is the action scenes and Kong himself. I'll talk about Kong in a little bit later, but let's talk about the action scenes first.
The action scenes is much better than Jurassic World.
Yeah, like near the end of Jurassic World, and sorry to get rid of this a little bit, but near the end of there's like this big fight scene at the end of Jurassic World, and it's like really crazy, and it was like the best thing about that movie. But this just blows that movie out of the water.
Which is actually kind of surprising, to say the least, because everybody loved that moment. But Kong Skull Island actually did a much better Jurassic Park movie than Jurassic World.
I know.
Kong was nothing else. Like, Kong can only be described as the coolest monster in existence.
Yeah, starting from stop motion to a guy in a suit to CGI to, like, another CGI, which actually looks like more of a man Kong than, like, an actual ape.
And he just looks so cool, like...
Especially the parts where, like, there's large explosions and his face is showing.
Yeah, like there's even a bit of a silhouette where you see nothing but him in the dark, and there's like the sun behind him. Like, and also I really have to give some props to his character. Like, they make him more human. Like they make him a sympathetic monster. They make you make him really feel sorry for you.
Well, not exactly that sorry, because like the original one and even the 2005 one, that made him sympathetic because he was removed from his environment and he wreaked havoc because people kept him in containment. Here, he's not even removed in his environment at all. It's just that in this version, men actually help him instead of like men capturing him and forcing him to New York for a stage show.
Yeah, well, however, there was this one thing that really defined Kong for me in this movie. I won't give it away, but these creatures that you've seen in the trailers, these giant lizard-like things, like
yeah, the skull crawlers.
Yeah, like he actually has a personal reason for killing these things. Like, I won't give it away, but the thing that Kong has against these things, it's personal.
They are the most crazy, dangerous monsters I've seen in a very long time, and their anatomy works perfectly. They are crazy dangerous, and the things they do in this movie, it's incredible.
Like, they're basically like snakes with arms. Like, that's the best way I can describe them. Snakes with arms.
Sharp,
yeah, also they
snakes
have
with
like
arms.
these Cubone looking faces.
Yeah, like they have these bony-like faces, but their eyes are
On the sides.
or on like the wrong sides. Like,
Even though they crawl, they are fast. They are crazy fast.
yeah, like they are like you see them like whipping around. Like, they're so big, but they're like whipping around like freaking Speedy Gonzales.
They're perfect creatures because their entire body is the weapon.
Anyway, overall, Kong Skull Island. This was an amazing movie. And one more
down.
Yeah, and one more thing, I won't give it away, but the after credit scene, I'm not gonna say anything. Okay, I'm not gonna say anything, but the after credit scene, you wait for that, it's gonna be totally worth it. Like, the after credit scene is like amazing. I won't I won't give it away, but you wait for the after credit scene. It will be worth it.
Granted, you have to wait through a bunch of art credits, and there's nothing like in the middle of the credits like how Marvel does it. You just have to like hold your bladder, just like, oh, come on.
Well, anyway, it's Kong Skull Island. Easily one of my favorite, easily one of the best films of the year.
Yep. How do you feel about rating it?
So I give this movie a 10 out of 10.
For me, I give it a 5 out of 5. Malcolm?
I'll give it a 10 out of 10 or 9.5 out of 10 because they didn't develop the characters as much as they could have, but at the same time, the ones they do develop, you absolutely fall in love with.
Well, that's the end of the review, people. You'll be seeing plenty more of me in the future. This has been the first episode of Kaiju Madness, and we'll see you again next time.